On this edition of City Focus, see highlights of the Back to School Bash. We give you the August Stormwater Tip. We tell citizens how to sign up for the Citizens Police and Fire Academies. We invite everyone to the grand opening of Unity Park. And we have new Deputy Fire Chief Marcus Haynes in studio. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus. Recently, the Neighborhood Development Division held its annual back-to-school block party. Kids at the event received backpacks, school supplies, and food. In addition to city staff, there were organizations from all over Valdosta giving back.
Fantastic turnouts. Again, the fifth time I think the city has done this, and Anitra and that crew have done this. A little bit interrupted by COVID, but look at the turnouts. Look at the backpacks everybody's walking around with.
The city hopes to aid those that need school supplies and ease the burden of parents, teachers, and schools.
And we take some of that burden off that school system and those teachers who, with their teacher's heart, will go out and buy it for just about every kid in that classroom. So I'm glad that we're able to do this on a very large scale.
The city wants the event to continue to grow in the future.
Bigger and bigger and bigger as our town continues to grow and the school system continues to grow as well. It's just a great event and a lot of fun surrounding it.
For more information, contact the Neighborhood Development Division. August is National Water Quality Month, and it's an opportunity to look at how to manage stormwater on your property. Follow these simple tips to prevent stormwater pollution. Redirect downspouts. Install a rain barrel. Plant trees or native plants, and install a rain garden. Remember, only rain goes down the storm drain. For more information, contact the Storm Division at 229-259-3530. The Valdosta Police Department is looking for residents to sign up for its newest class of the Citizens Police Academy.
We love to do this because, like I said, if you have a question, you have anything you want to know about the Valdosta Police Department, we're very transparent, and this gives you the opportunity to come in and ask those questions. And we want the citizens to then take that knowledge that they've gained from attending the CPA back out in the community. And, you know, when somebody else says, hey, you know, whatever they got to say about the police department, well, it's not really that way. I went through the CPA and it's really different from what it's, you know, portrayed sometimes.
The group will meet for 8 consecutive Thursdays beginning September 15th.
It's real easy. If anybody's interested in attending our Valdosta Police Department Citizens Police Academy, just email me at rhancock@valdostacity.com. It's easier to get a hold of me via email. I'm in and out of the office so much, and we'll take care of it. All you got to do is I'll email you the application, and you can print it out, complete the application, scan it, email it back to me, or you can bring the completed application by the Valdosta Police Department here.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Police Department. And welcome back to City Focus. Here I have with me Deputy Chief Marcus Haynes, which he newly Deputy Chief. First of all, we want to congratulate you on the promotion.
Thank you, sir.
And how does it feel to be named the Deputy Fire Chief?
Well, I'm definitely honored, and morally, should I say, I'm humbled at the opportunity to be named Deputy Chief for the City of Valdosta Fire Department. I just want to be able to serve. We truly have a great organization, great men and women that has not just started right here for the City of Valdosta, but it has started before I became a member here and even before I was born. So the legacy has been passed down to what makes what we have right now a great organization, and it's just, I've counted it to be a blessing and an honor just to be able to be a part of leadership for the City of Valdosta Fire Department.
Now, how long have you been with VFD?
I have been employed for the City of Valdosta Fire Department for a little over 15 years now. I've had the opportunity to work around some outstanding individuals. Whenever we see fire service men and women out and about, we normally just see firefighters, but you will be absolutely amazed at the skill sets that they have. You know, so it's definitely been good. It seems, you know, I would oftentimes when I first was employed for the City of Valdosta Fire Department, I would talk to the older guys and I would ask them, you know, how many years do you have in and how do you feel? You know, because I wondered, you know, about that and, you know, the duration of the physical body, and they would tell me 10 and 15 years and 20 years in. And they'll look at me funny because I would look at them like they're old.
Yeah.
And they would tell me, in essence, it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
And through my 15 plus years of being here, I'm starting to see that it doesn't take long, but it has definitely by far been an absolute good ride.
So those 15 years have flown by for you.
They have flown by, and I guess it's when you're having fun, things will go by in a hurry. But
Gotcha.
it's been really good.
And I guess what initially brought you to the fire department, made you want to join the fire service?
So with me, I've always had the heart to serve. I just wanted to be able to serve, to be able to give back to my community. I can recall years ago, in my early 20s, I wanted to be able to be a part of the City of Valdosta Fire Department, but I was young, and be honest with you, my mind wasn't there. I was doing what young people do.
Yeah.
And so another gentleman by the name of Mr. Anthony Williams, him and I, we hosted a Easter egg hunt here in the City of Valdosta for 7 years.
Gotcha.
And it was at Taylor Car Park, right there off of Bemis Road. And we've had hundreds of people coming out, you know, to be able to be a part and just being able to serve and be able to give back to me. You know, it really spoke volume, and I wanted to do more. You know, I saw my father pastor one church for 40 years and pastor period for over 60 years before he passed away. So it has always been in me to want to serve, and I was fortunate. I remember just like it was yesterday, whenever I was trying to get on with the City of Valdosta Fire Department. I went through Wiregrass College and graduated the Firefighter 1 program, and I would go and I introduced myself to Chief J.D. Rice at the time twice. And the second time I introduced myself to him, and he was like, "Son, how many times you gonna come here?" and I wanted to say, "Well, sir, with all due respect, yeah, as long as I need to." But so I didn't say any of those things. But eventually I had my interview. I remember just like it was yesterday. He sat there in his desk, Captain Gallagher, which is now Deputy Chief Gallagher with Tiff County Fire Rescue. They was in the office with me. And he looked through my my resume as well as my cover letter, and he said, "Son, everything looks real good." He said, "The only problem that I have," I didn't know he was baiting me up. Let me start off by saying that. He said, "You played sports?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Did you play football?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Your name sounds familiar." And he said, "The only problem that I have, I think we want to hire you, is that you have a lounge side diploma." So I said, "Well, sir, you can throw away that diploma. We can move on with this process." But it's been a good ride. But why I wanted to be able to be a part of the City of Valdosta Fire Department is simply just to be able to serve and give back to a community that has given so much to me.
Gotcha. Understand. And you hear that answer so much from not only you and guys from their department, but also the police department and all over the city. To be honest with you, you hear it from all of our employees that really, really enjoy what they do. Right. I guess, can you talk about some of the skills you've learned, credentials you've earned that have led you to be the deputy fire chief?
So when we think about the skill set and the credentials that one would have to need for the deputy fire chief position, every position within the City of Valdosta has what we call minimum requirements, or either school terms prerequisites, in which you have to meet. And for the deputy fire chief position, they are you have to be NPQ certified in Instructor 1, Instructor 2. NPQ certified in the Fire Officer 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have to have our Incident Safety Officer, our NIMS 1, 200, 300, 400 700 and 800, incident safety officer, health and safety, and as well as a preferred qualification is the actual fire officer designation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to attain all of those prerequisites or minimum requirements, if I may say, and was able to be successful at each. And I always wanted to put myself in position,
Yeah.
and that if anything ever came available, not only would I have those minimum requirements, but I even have more.
Yeah.
So I didn't stop right there. I went a little further, and I said, if I'm ever in any type of position and I want to know how administration talks, I want to know how operations talks, and I want to know how prevention talks.
Mm-hmm.
So on the prevention aspect, I became NPQ certified in investigations, as well as in inspections. And that way, that broadens, my horizon, lets me know the things that they're saying, and I'll be able to understand, and we'll be able to push forward. Another thing that kind of aided in that is I didn't want to stop there. I also am a member of the IFE, Institution of Fire Engineers, on the educational committee. So just always trying to improve, living along the lines of the accreditation motto, CPSC, about continuous improvement. And that's what the fire service does as a whole. And just trying to, continue to move forward. And not only just me moving forward, but anybody that I see that may want some assistance, and even I'm gonna put it out there, even if they don't, to try to help them move forward with me, because that's what it's truly about. That's the bigger picture.
And by helping those other people within the department, you're helping the entire organization.
That is correct. By helping one, you're helping the entire organization. It's infectious, it spreads abroad, and that's why it's also imperative that from a leadership standpoint, that we show that unified front, and that way it trickles down throughout the organization.
Gotcha, understand. And I guess, is there what are your goals now that you've been named the deputy fire chief? What you've got all these credentials, you got all these skill sets, about all the different parts of the department. What's next? What are your goals?
Well, so my goals is as an individual, my goals is to be an effective leader. I want to eventually go to grad school, finish my graduate degree, be an effective leader, and be able to help somebody else to where I'm at. To continue the mentorship. That's one of the things that our fire chief, Chief Brian Botwell, does. He teaches mentorship as well as servant leadership, and he puts it out. And those are some of the things that I kind of want to continue. Another goal is to continue to help hold up the mission and the vision of the organization. And I feel that's an imperative. I heard an analogy a while back, and it always resonated within my mind. But the analogy was, it talked about a puzzle. And the puzzle, as you go to the dollar store, and I mentioned dollar store because I love dollar stores, but it talks about buying a puzzle from the dollar store, the analogy, and you pour all your puzzle pieces on the table. And some may land in different places, upside down, some may be able to fall, and but you always have that picture on the box. And it's up to the CEO, the chief executive officer, to hold up that box at all times so we can see the vision. And that way we know how to put the pieces together. And my job as the deputy fire chief is to stand on the other side of the box and help him hold up that vision. In the good times when things may not be going so good, it's up to me to continue to do that. So if there were goals, it would have to be leadership, finish my professional development, help somebody along the way, as well as continue to hold up the mission and vision of this organization.
And to go back to that mentorship stuff, the department, and I know the dynamics of the department, I guess, better than some folks because I deal so much with you guys.
That's right.
But you guys have a lot of guys who are older.
Yes.
You have a lot of guys that are younger.
Yes.
And not many of those guys in the middle.
Right.
So that mentorship is an important part of keeping that engine running of one of the best fire departments in the state of Georgia.
It is definitely, it's imperative, that mentorship, as well as, for those that are in the chief officer roles to further their education, to know what we mentioned earlier in the Fire Officer 1, 2, 3, and 4. It talks about different leadership styles. It talks about your autocratic leadership styles, your democratic leadership styles, your laissez-faire, and then there's some more that we should just know. Our situational leadership styles, transactional, transformational, and we need to know how to adapt to those different age groups.
Yeah.
Because you may have an age group where you say, for instance, you're 10 years, somebody's 10 years in, and you're now over somebody that has 20 years experience.
Yeah.
So you may want to take a laissez-faire type of leadership style to be able to lead from a distance, to let them go and they know what they're doing, let them do their job, and you lead with your hands on them. Or either you may be in a place where, a division where you put over a group of people that you may not know. So you may want to take a democratic leadership style and get to know them and find out what makes them click. You know, so it's imperative that we use those different leadership styles to continue to lead. There's no one blanket leadership style to help with the mentorship and the coaching as we continue to go on.
And I think one thing that as an employee with the city that I enjoy seeing with your promotion is somebody who has worked their ranks up through the organization.
Yes, sir.
So that gives those younger guys an opportunity to say, oh, I can be that one day.
That's
then
right.
Then I'm not going to stay at this position.
That's right.
For all my entire career.
Right. I think that's imperative. You know, we have to be able, there again, that's the vision. You know, we have to be able to see things, you know, and it's about continuous improvement. So when others see things, you know, we can hear it all the time, but seeing, you know, we're living in the seeing generation. You know, if they can see it and then it sticks a little bit more, they can believe it just a little bit better.
Gotcha. Well, I just want to say once again, congratulations on the promotion. I feel like we got the right person here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I see nothing but great things in your future with the Valdosta Fire Department and City of Valdosta.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
And we'll be back here on City Focus.
What is it, Julia? Why are you so excited, honey?
Hey, do you want to use your talker? With Julia's autism, using a talker can help her find the words she wants to say.
My dog.
You want to do something with Rose, Julia?
Play ball.
Do you want to play catch with Rose? I think Rose is excited to play catch too. Oh, Julia, you show us so many different ways to talk together. Oh, and play. Good catch, Rose. Okay, give Julia the ball. There you go. Okay, throw the ball, Julia. Oh,
For Julia's family, early screening for autism made a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
okay, Julia, there you go. Whoa, another good throw. That's the way.
Do you have prediabetes? If you do, you're not alone. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, and more than 80% don't know they have it. Prediabetes is a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. But now, North Carolina residents with prediabetes can enroll in a free or low-cost national diabetes prevention program. You can make healthy changes with support from this proven program. Get started now at joinaprogram.org.
Every day that I come in, I know that the people that I work with are willing to do exactly for me what I would do for them. Other occupations, they have coworkers, we have partners, and that's for a reason.
Fire. Throughout my career, I've seen this department grow immensely over the years through training, personnel, equipment, and the volume of our calls. Our department now responds to more than 73,000 calls for service each year. Our department offers so many different paths for an officer to take as they navigate through their career at the Valdosta Police Department. We equip our officers with the best training, the best gear, and all the support they need to be successful.
I chose this department because my husband will be retiring here from the military, and so it just gave me an opportunity to start my career, and pay rate is higher than other departments. Benefits, the equipment that they provide, duty belt, vehicles, training throughout the year, it's great.
The reason I chose Valdosta Police Department is I was already in the area from working with the Air Force at Moody Air Force Base. After my enlistment was up, I got in contact with our IA lieutenant. She dropped the bug in my ear, said she'd think I'd be a good cop. And it just stuck with me. So I came and applied. They said they'd be happy to have me. I said I'd be happy to work for you.
Valdosta dispatch to 7139 and all available units. We have an active shooter situation at 206 39th Avenue. Have a barricaded subject with possible hostages.
As an accredited law enforcement agency, the Valdosta Police Department is always operating at the highest level of national law enforcement standards. We are always advancing and improving our capabilities.
One of the things that took me by surprise was the training I received at the Academy on mental health people. It's something that we don't think about, but we encounter on a daily. And I feel like the training we received really prepared me. The best part about working as a police officer would be making an impact in people's lives. Helping victims get out of situations, providing them with resources available to them.
A lot of people say they have families in the workplace. A lot of people try to posture themselves as a family. To me, a family is doing whatever's necessary, whatever cause, for whomever, that you call that family member. Being an officer is the closest thing to having an outside family as I can find. There's a moment that typically happens that lets me know I've done my job well, and that's when I arrest somebody, put them in the back of my police car, and then on the way to the jail, they thank me. They know that they've done wrong, and they respect the job that you've done. That typically is what makes me proud.
At the Valdosta Police Department, we will put our officers up against any in the country. We have great community involvement. Our officers are in the community every day, building great relationships, great partnerships to work together to keep this community safe.
We take community policing to the next level. Our officers are constantly out in the community, whether it be crime prevention efforts, community events, or neighborhood walks aimed at meeting the residents of Valdosta.
There are many opportunities within the department to move around, meaning you do not have to stay as a patrolman. You can always move up.
There's so much experience that you'll get in your first few years here that will set you up for the other departments that we have in the PD, be it Canine detective, narcotics detective, our power squad unit. That foundation is going to be built so early on because we have amazing supervisors from top to bottom. We make it our business to mold good cops because that's who's going to be watching our backs.
As we continue to see growth in our community and our region, the Valdosta Police Department continues to prepare and evolve into a regional response law enforcement agency.
We're so fortunate to live in a community that respects and takes pride in the work of our officers each day. We're proud to serve in the Valdosta community.
I'm so proud of the work that our officers do each and every day to put the Valdosta Police Department on the map. This department is truly second to none.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry, I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Look!
911, where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
There's still time for residents to sign up for the Valdosta Fire Department's Citizens Fire Academy class.
You can apply online as well as print the form out and bring it in. Also, you can look on Facebook for the Valdosta Fire Department's web page or the City of Valdosta, and you can apply that way as well.
Over the years, members of the department have enjoyed the class as much as the students that sign up.
We show the different divisions, everything from hazmat, everything from medical, everything from fire prevention to admin. We show every aspect, no closed doors, everything is, and any questions need to be asked can be asked. But we'll have every activity, and guess what? You will be involved in it. So you come on out, join the Citizens Fire Academy, and enjoy yourself. I promise you will have a fun time.
The class is limited, so get your applications in quickly.
So the deadline is August the 26th by 5 p.m. And then we will give you a call within a week or so.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Fire Department. Public Works employee Gary Turner won the APWA Chapter Employee of the Year Award at an event held at Jekyll Island.
Man, that was just, I'm honored, I really am. I'm honored to receive that, and I'm thankful for the committee that recognized for that achievement.
Gary has been with the city for 19 years. His duties include keeping downtown clean. He also feels a special responsibility in keeping up the MLK Park.
That's a good feeling, man, because we got something that's very meaningful to us, you know. And for my opinion, I'm gonna do my best to make, you know, if I'm gonna represent, I'm gonna make it look good. I'm gonna make it look good each and every time I do.
He's very proud of receiving the award.
I got a lot of congratulations, and job well done.
We congratulate Gary on winning the APWA Chapter Employee of the Year Award. The City of Valdosta's Valdosta On Demand service received the APWA Award for Project of the Year at a ceremony held in Jekyll Island.
Anytime you receive accolades for, you know, outstanding program or process, you know, it's overwhelming. It's very good. So for this program to be, you know, only within just a little over a year, and having enough information, having enough metrics to create a competitive package to win that award is amazing.
The model that started in Valdosta is expanding to other communities.
The on-demand process, it has started to kick off. There's other cities that are doing the same thing. You know, we were one of the first cities to implement and launch a program as on-demand, where you have that on-demand type service. So it's amazing to get the attention, to even receive a lot of inquiries from other cities, not only from Georgia, but from other states.
City officials hope to continue to bring a great service to its citizens.
It shows that the city is doing everything that they can for the community to make sure that the community has some type of transportation to move them from point A to point B.
For more information, click on the Valdosta On Demand tab on the city's website. Earlier in the show, we told you about the Citizens Police and Fire Academies. These are just a few programs the city has to educate citizens. Citizens can sign up for the Valdosta Government 101 class in the spring. We invite all residents to become more engaged in your community. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website at valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta City Without Limits. Also join next door for city updates. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at City of Valdosta, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on City Focus.